Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to episode 2 of this Let's Play Europa Universalis 4, Prussia, an army with a state. Although at this point we are still Brandenburg. In the last episode we expanded very slightly. We bought Neumark off of the Teutonic Order, meaning that we are no longer at odds with them. And we are kind of... oh yeah, and we declared war on Limburg as well, because they have no allies. And we should be able to bring them into the fold rather easily. We are currently losing a bit of money. We've had to take out a loan just to maintain the army. However, once the war is over, we should be totally fine to recover. So honestly, we could just up the speed a bit, as we are just waiting for the province to fall. Okay, the nobility are looking for some more territory. We will think about that. In fact, as we take Lauenburg, they're going to want some more no, Limburg rather. They're going to want some more anyway. Oh, and we got Saxe-Lauenburg as a vassal as well. Personal union, rather. So we're actually expanding rather rapidly, considering the time it is. Yes. Estates. Currently only Uckmark is an estate. I'm going to try and keep the number of estates I have as a minimum at the moment. I'm just going to look to see what has high manpower. Potsdam, but it's too wealthy to give to them. Neumark, however, would be a very good option. So we'll give you to the nobility. There we are. And now we just need to wait for the siege to end. And we'll try and keep current with technology, at least until the first institution spreads. Then we might switch very slightly and start thinking about investing a bit more heavily in development, at least until we get the Renaissance ourselves. Personal union with Lithuania. Poland is now considered a great power. Who are the great powers? Ming, France, Poland, the Ottomans, Timurids, England, Mamelukes, and Castile. So great powers are a new feature of the new expansion. They basically give the top 8 powers in the game special abilities. So if we click on Poland, actually I think you can see them anyway. No, you can't. But basically what they can do is they can influence another country, which means that they invest money in that country, and that country then gets additional monarch points. They can, what's it called? Absorb debt, so you can pay off another country's debts. So, for example, if you have another country that's kind of in your sphere of influence that you really want to have join your attack on someone, an ally, you can pay off their debts because debts give a very big anti-war malus. Pay off the debts, they're then more likely to join the war. Boom, you can attack. And then thirdly, and this one I'm still not entirely convinced by, but you have the ability to break other people's alliances, which could be hugely powerful if abused. And I haven't seen it in place yet. I haven't actually played any country that's a great power as yet. So precisely what is required to do that, I don't know yet. But like I said, it has the power to be stupidly powerful. The other thing I was going to talk about was culture. Before, you had accepted cultures, or rather you had primary culture, accepted cultures, and unaccepted cultures. And basically, once a certain percentage of your population was reached, then that population would become accepted. So, for example, as a Saxon culture, primarily, if I got enough Pomeranian states, once I hit a certain percentage, like 20% of my total population, then become accepted. That has now changed. You can actually choose which ones to accept. So, and you can accept up to 2. What is the requirement? They need to have at least 20 development to become an accepted culture, and then you can basically choose 0 of 2, so you can up to 2 to have as accepted, and then they have lesser penalties as a non-accepted culture. So here, we are currently taking -15 tax, -15 manpower, and -10 local sailors. You can culture switch them, which costs you diplo points, I thought. It's not saying. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it costs 67 diplo points to switch the culture. It's adjacent to Uckermark. Oh, right. Culture adjacent to Uckermark. So because Rupp and Berlin are both Saxon, I can change it cheaper. Otherwise it would cost 90 development, and it's 10 per development point, capped at 30 development. Okay, cool. That's good to know. Because I seem to remember culture shifting used to be a lot more expensive. So it might now actually be worth changing people's cultures if you're going to be a very small, very focused empire, like Prussia. So Limburg should fall fairly soon. What are they? They are Westphalian. So that's again going to be another one. Now, because all of these are actually Germanic, they suffer a far lesser penalty because they're in the same culture group. But if they were non-Germanic, then we would have a problem. And I think the penalties of them would be minus 25 rather than minus 15. So we are going to vassalize Limburg because it dramatically reduces the amount of aggressive expansion that we would raise. Like so. And now we can start looking around at other people that we may wish to give the same treatment to. Unfortunately, Magdeburg is in the trade league with Lübeck, so that means that they are rather more difficult to take. Anhalt has the same problem. Like Pomerania is really the one I want to go after. Pomerania would draw me into a war with Mecklenburg too. Saxe-Lauenburg's already on our side. Hamburg's in the trade thing. Verden is allied with a couple of people. You're in the trade league. And I'm allied with Brunswick, so declaring war on Pomerania is probably going to be our best option. And in fact, don't we have a mission that says just that? Nope, we are solidifying papal relations. Then after that we might get the mission. So we're going to send you guys home. We're going to reduce our army maintenance, and we are going to repay our loans with the money that we took from Limburg. Marvellous. We are now debt-free. However, we are still paying off our corruption. In fact, we could spend a bit more on doing that, like so. Okay, good. So we're making money, we have manpower, and that can actually go up even higher. And we are at 3 of the 4 total relations. Now, because we are just waiting for stuff, another of the changes is, in the previous expansion, I think it was Mare Nostrum, that introduced condottieri, where basically you could hire out your army to other countries. Well, Württemberg is saying that they want to hire ours, and this is a change in this expansion where countries will actually say this country is interested in hiring your troops as condottieri. Previously that was not the case, and you would have to click through each and every single one of them to find out if anyone wanted to hire you. You cannot just offer your troops out. They actually have to... Sorry, they cannot say they want your troops, you can only offer them, but now they can say, yeah, we would be interested if you hired them out to us. So if we go here to you, we can offer you condottieri. You're currently fighting against Baden. That's an easy war. So I'm going to offer my condottieri. We're going to offer you the entire army. No, we're not. We're going to offer you half the army with a general we will hire. He's actually a pretty good general. I didn't realise we didn't have a general before. And we'll see if we can hire this army. So you're 1 condottieri, but you don't want to pay them. No land access to capital. Ah! Baden. Where is Baden? You're down here somewhere. Württemberg is the one that wants to hire them. I'm not... Oh, there we go. There's Württemberg, and you're at war with Baden. Who is that? So to get to you, I would need access through Brunswick, which would be easy. Saxony, which wouldn't. So Brunswick, Hesse, Mainz, Ansbach. I mean, we could do this short term. We'll wait a little bit of time to see if they bring in any other troops. Poland has declared war on the Teutons. Goodbye, Teutonic Order. The nobility loses 10 influence. Okay, cool. That's still the same malice? Yes. And you would accept otherwise. And that would actually make me money, which would be awesome. Württemberg's an important war. Yeah, it's for your, like, very existence. Just double checking that they're not bringing anyone else into this war. Nope. And this would help my goal of maintaining independence for states within the HRE. So I think it is worth going to you, access options, ask for access, yep. Then we'll need to wait a couple of days, you've accepted, ask for access, yes, in Hesse. 3 days, ask for you for access, yes, good. And then you. And now you, oh, they don't want them anymore. Really? After all that? Oh, it's because I have no diplomat. Right. Hofkondottieri. Geburtliche Guard. You would offer me 1.3%. No, you can't afford it. Take out loans then. Oh, you can take some of this. 0.6, you know what? That's fine, because, yeah, I can deal with that. Army maintenance up. We are losing a bit of money, but they haven't actually accepted yet. And then we will start heading down towards you. We should actually start making money now. They give us some of the money up front. We just need to beat their army off, which we can do fairly easily, except they're about to lose. Why haven't they won? They should have. Poland wants military access from me. Yes. Yeah, that's fine. Whoops. Okay, let's get into this fight. We'll beat these guys off. See, you did bring more people in. I thought you might have. No, you didn't. Oh, Baden hired their own. Haha, okay. Interesting, interesting. At least we're contributing. They do outnumber us right now, but our army is pretty strong. We're not strong enough. Run away. We'll come back. It's fine. England, War of the Roses. They have supported the Lancasters. Of course they have. And there we go. We have solidified papal relations. New mission. We want the Pomeranian succession, which gives us claims on Pomerania. And that will be our next war. So we'll need to wait here for just a little bit so that we get our troops back. Altmark has a bit of unrest, but I think we're fine. So we need to wait 2 months just to get our soldiers back. And then next month we'll continue attacking. Right, so we have got clergy condemns a philosopher as a heretic. The prominent natural philosopher is forwarding new claims that contradict religious truths. The clergy demands that he be stopped and turned over for punishment. Either way, this will cause great turmoil in the realm. So tech cost goes down, missionary strength goes down, or missionary strength goes up and tech cost goes up. And they lose loyalty, currently at 50. I think I'll take that. I'm going to have to boost my stability, which is super annoying because it costs admin. And I think that's everything. You guys, however, can start marching back over this way. Let's reduce the speed. Is it literally because I'm condottieri is why Brandenburg hasn't given up? It's farmland. If I attack here, will there be a crossing? No, because my general is better maneuver. 2 versus 1. And they are running. Yeah, we're a lot stronger than they are. That is probably... Nope, no reason. Just my better general. Good. Now we don't want to take too much damage in this war, otherwise we'll have no manpower. Leader has gained a new trait. Hard-earned battle experience has given our general, Johann Cicero Fink, the inspirational leader trait. Recovers army morale speed, plus 10%. Cool. Right, we want to go and squish their armies while they're separated. Definitely. This should be a stack wipe. Yep. And here as well. That means their condottieri are gone. Squish. And then let's go and siege this land down. Oh no, they lost the war. So even though we won the fight, they lost the war. Right, so we are exiled. We're going to cancel all of our military access. As soon as the diplomat comes back. Cancel. Right, who else did we have it with? Improving relations, grants access. Has access through Brunswick and Palatinate. That's you done. Okay, so we're heading home. We're going to rebuild our armies. We're going to reduce the amount of maintenance we are paying to that. In fact, we'll reduce it to the point where it's still just making money. Just. Or just losing. That's fine. Okay, good. And now we just need to build up our forces once again and get ready for a war against these guys. So if we declared war on Pomerania, they would bring in Mecklenburg, Verden, and East Frisia. Mecklenburg would bring in Pomerania and Verden. So Mecklenburg would be the easier one at the moment. Berliner Unwil. Frederick II's desire and determination to build a residence on the Isle of Spree was met with unwil, indignation, by the citizens of Berlin, and in 1448 the indignation against the cession of cities' lands for electoral stronghold culminated in open revolt. The citizens of Berlin flooded the excavation of the residence, Stadtschloss, but Frederick II prevailed and the palace was finally built, the city's rights decisively curtailed. So we can ignore the rabble. And then we have to fight a 10-regiment revolt, which currently we can't do. Or, until the death of Frederick II, we have 20% build cost. Now, we are unlikely to be able to build anything. So I think we can listen to the people. Ooh, our air is rather good. So our current guy, yearly corruption minus 0.5%. So again, this is another expansion feature. You saw my general get his inspiring leader trait. Inspirational leader, rather. Rulers can get the same. So Elector Friedrich II currently has yearly corruption minus 0.5, which means our corruption is going down rather quickly, which is lovely, and I didn't realize I hadn't paused. And you get that every 10 years as a ruler, I think, yes. So you get one as soon as you become of age, so once you hit 15 or 16, whatever it is, I don't remember. Then another one once you've been ruling for 10 years. And then a final one once you've been ruling for 20. So in the next one I get in 2 years' time. Meanwhile, my heir has one because he is of age. He has the morale of armies plus 5%, and because we are married to Catherine von Wettin, we get them, if she were the ruler, minus 20% advisor cost. Now this is only if they are the ruler, not just because. Why is Limburg not building an army? Right, we do need to build up our relations with Limburg, so let's cancel you and improve relations here. Now, if we went to war with you, that would bring in East Frisia, Mecklenburg, and Verden. Where's Verden? Here. It's an OPM. It's not a big deal. And I want to improve my relations with Limburg because if it is above 0, then they'll actually fight with us. Is that true? No, that's not true. And so long as their liberty desire is below 50%, then they'll fight. Yeah, that's right. Poland has accepted condottieri from Wallachia. They seem to be doing kind of badly in their war. They are fighting the Teutonic Order, Livonian or Denmark, Holstein, Sweden, Norway. So the Kalmar Union, Denmark has Norway and Sweden under a union. So, yeah. The Teutons are actually fairly strong at the moment because they have Danish support. And they are fighting Poland, Moldavia, Mazovia, and Lithuania. Silesia has been improving, or has been fabricating. And they are a vassal of Bohemia. Yeah, Bohemia is one I do need to be wary of. Oh, you're allied with Poland? Bloody hell, that's a big alliance. I should be worried about that. Who are my own allies right now? Brunswick, Saxe-Lauenburg, Limburg. Is there anything I can do with you, Austria? No. France? No. Burgundy? No. Denmark? Definitely not. Saxony is a rival, so no. Hungary? No. Lithuania? No. Muscovy? No. Everyone's too far away. So we're going to be kind of on our own, so we do want to try and expand a bit if we can, just so we can counter the strength of Bohemia. Can I raise more troops? Oh, I can. And I probably should. Though it'll cost money. And money is one thing I don't have much of. Although we are still losing because we are recruiting. That's the main reason we're losing money, actually. So I have 11,000. You would have 12,000 versus our 14,000. 16,000 if I brought in the 2 other units. Although we wouldn't have the manpower then. But we do have the better commanders, and if I pick the fights right, like if we were here, attack straight away into Mecklenburg, then we could kill that 4 before the 8 unites with them. There we go, we're making money again. I mean, regardless if we go to war, I think we're going to have to take money out. I'm very tempted to debase the currency again. Or we could wait until 1450. That's 3 years still. And we do root out corruption pretty well. So every 5 months it goes down by 1. Which means 5 months at 0.42. I'm trying to work out if it's actually worth debasing the currency. 0.42 times 5. 2.1 ducats. Oh, that's definitely worth it. So it's 4.1 ducats for a profit of 34. Yeah. Oh, shit. Renaissance. Almost clicked through that, sorry. Since the 14th century, the wealthy and powerful in the Italian city-states have been patronizing artists and scholars willing to explore the old Roman and Greek societies of their forefathers. As a cultural movement, the Renaissance already encompasses most of the region and has a profound impact on literature, art, philosophy, and music. Humanist scholars are also analyzing the society in which they live, comparing it to the ideals of the classical philosophers. At the turn of 1450, Renaissance humanism has grown into a more mature movement, ready to permeate all aspects of society. A new ideal for rulers as well as those who are ruled is spreading as quickly as the early printers can distribute copies of these new ideas. A true Renaissance humanist is an expert on everything from politics to philosophy, to art, textual analysis, music, and architecture. The Renaissance is now ready to reshape the world to better fit its classical ideals. So now we start getting a ticking technology penalty while we have not embraced it. And if we click here on the institutions, we can see that it appeared in Mantua. Mantua, if we click on it, has the birthplace of the Renaissance, which gives it a minus 5% local development cost, which is in addition to the having embraced it, which is in here. So they basically have minus 10 development cost there in Mantua. So Mantua could actually grow to be a very big city. And then the minus 5% pill cost. And you can see everything that is in hash is currently embracing the Renaissance. So lots of stuff in France because it's very wealthy, high development. Bit of stuff in Austria, Bohemia, not so much in northeastern Germany because it's actually relatively poor compared to much of the rest of Europe. Quite a lot in England, a bit in Norway, a tiny bit in Sweden, a lot of Denmark. So we click on our own provinces here. 0% there currently. In fact, I shouldn't have clicked on it. I should have just gone to this and then hover over. Oh no, it's in this one. There we go. Spread plus 20%. So we are currently gaining 0.06% per month because we're a European development 10 province. That's if plus 0.05 plus the spread modifier increases it more so. Same thing, but slightly less. Meanwhile, down here, adjacent to Mantua, for example, we're getting plus 2.28 because it's adjacent to the Renaissance, adjacent to province. That's plus 0.52. And then because it's a 10 development plus 0.08, and then it's a 20 development, another 0.08. Spread modifier plus 45%. Part of a state, port, peace, and positive stability. Oh, positive stability helps that much. Part of a state, peace. I do not have positive stability and I'm not a port. Interesting. So coastal provinces will generally embrace it quicker. Good to know. Right, onwards. If I declared war on you, would any of my allies join? No. And you don't want any territory from them because you're too far away. Like when we were at war with Limburg, we could have said, yeah, we'll give you Limburg if you help us, which would have been completely pointless. But that is one of the ways it would have worked. And oh no, the Teutons are now beginning to lose. Which is annoying because that means that Poland's getting stronger, and having a strong Poland adjacent to us is particularly bad because they're allied with Bohemia. If we got into a war with Bohemia and Poland, that would be extremely bad. So what I'm actually kind of tempted to do is raise relations with Bohemia in an effort to stop them declaring on us. So now that our relations with Limburg are positive, I'm going to stop raising with them. They're totally chill towards us. They're still not raising an army for whatever reason. But so it goes. Ah, so if you click on it, you can actually see the interactions. Okay, cool. So you can pay them 10% of their income and they reduce liberty desire. We can enforce our culture over there. It will increase liberty desire by 25%. Give them cause and claims, or we can siphon some money off them. And then with the, oops, that was with you. With the vassal, we can embargo, we can do scutage, which means they pay additional money but don't have to fight in the war. We can place a relative on the throne, placate the rulers. I'm actually somewhat tempted to make you switch culture. 25% liberty desire, but that's not a bad thing, because it's still less than if it were bad. Oh, we can pay off their loans. Interesting. Place a relative on the throne, then hopefully have them join us. We're going to have you guys, this is the military selection, we're going to have you both supportive. And generally you get more information about your union partners. So these guys have 11 and 12,000 manpower each. They have a bit of money banked up. They are earning some cash, of which we receive a portion. 0.29. I don't know if you get money from union members, whether that would be under vassals or not. No, that's just Limburg. Lübeck, all of them. No, doesn't say. Right, we have received word that Mantua has embraced the Renaissance, speeding up their technological development and giving them the following. Yeah, okay, cool. So we're going to wait until we have our full army back again. Then I think we will probably investigate going to war. Unfortunately, they're not going to give us much stuff. But this gives us more territory. We might vassalize either Mecklenburg or Pomerania, depending on how much it pisses off our neighbours, and thereby increase the strength of our nation. Now, at some point we will integrate Limburg and Saxe-Lauenburg, but not yet. In fact, it would be nice if we could take some of their territory and then have them vassalized. Let's move you up in preparation for this. Claims are now rivals. Brandenburg gains a claim on Greifswald. Oh, that's nice. That means I have claims on several of their provinces now. And they're moving their army further away. Probably because they can see enemy armies over here. Yes. Oh, this is like the perfect opportunity. Alright, we're going to raise our army maintenance. Poland wants to hire condottieri. Oh, that's actually really tempting. Because while I'm hiring out condottieri, they can't declare war on me. And they're willing to pay 1.5% of our, or 1.5 times our maintenance. You know what? Yeah, okay. We'll join the Polish War instead. And we'll basically just siege stuff down. We'll let them do the actual fighting. We're still earning war score by sieging, and that basically means that we are contributing very heavily. And in fact, because we contributed so much down here, that probably gives a bonus for other people wanting to hire us. Let's get into position where we can start sieging stuff. Magdeburg are claiming our stuff. So we'll go and sit on Königsberg. And with that, that is the end of this episode. Like, this is definitely one way that Brandenburg can raise a lot of money, is just by hiring themselves out, because they have such a good army. Just get other people to pay for the army for you. And while you're fighting battles, you do indeed earn army tradition. More army tradition, the better your army is. So it's all good. Anyway, that is it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you're enjoying this series, then please do hit that like button. If you have not done so already, then please do consider subscribing as well. It really tremendously does help out. If you have any tips or advice for me, then do let me know in the comments. And likewise, if you want to know anything about the expansion or if what's changed, etc., or you just want me to take a look at something, that's also the place to do it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.